This is the creepy story of Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer was once a normal boy named Jeff, and he had just moved to a new town with his family. One night, 3 teenagers attacked him at an outdoor party, and his face got severely burned. But he was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. A couple days later, when he got his bandages off, his face was horribly deformed. He loved it, he said. It was perfect for his brand new personality. Jeff decided that he loved his face so much that he didn't want to stop looking at it. He didn't even want to blink, so he burned his eyelids off. And he never wanted to stop smiling, so he gave himself a permanent smile. That same night, Jeff murdered his family, but now he runs around killing little children with a knife.
Yeah, that one is definitely made up, bruv.
Qui est le plus beau, qui t'a devenir mégalo. Viens donc chatouiller mon ego. Allez, allez, allez.
I think I saw something, bruv. I swear, bruv.
This is why you should always lock your front doors.
Allez,
No, not there. Look, I'll show you where I think I saw something. Like right there, like in the center, yeah, of where that door is, I can just about make like 2 eyes. I think it's like I see 2 eyes. I can just about make a face. And like, it's like, is it like a hat or is it like a hairdo? Actually, now, the more I stare at it, it's like she's looking out like that. But it's on the door. Towards like the top right. Yo, that's creepy, bruv. That's creepy, bruv.
Viens donc chatouiller mon ego. Allez, allez, allez.
This is why you should always lock your front doors. A kid living with both of his parents decided to watch a movie for their family weekly movie night. He then gets up to use the restroom. As he is in the restroom, he sees all of the power in the house cuts off, and then he hears 2 loud thumps. He locks the bathroom door and hears heavy objects being dragged across the hallway. The kid, freaking out, runs out of the bathroom and runs into the restroom. Once he is inside the room, he locks the door. As he locks the door, he jumps in bed and acts like he's asleep and
Yeah, he's not even trying. He's literally looking down and reading it off a script. He's not even trying, like.
in hopes that this person who is in the house will ignore a child sleeping. He closes his eyes and hears the door creak at the same time. He squints his eyes and sees a man with no eyes dragging the bodies of both of his parents. The man dragging his parents sits his mom's dead body in a chair facing him, and then sets the dad's body on the floor facing up. It was almost like whoever was in the house who killed them wanted him to see it. He then sees the man writing something on the wall and then climbs under his bed. He laid there for hours knowing that if he moved a muscle he would end up just like his parents. He finally built up enough courage to read the wall, and the writing on the wall said, "I know you're awake."
This is why you should always lock your doors. A junior in high school was home alone working on a paper while his parents were out to dinner. All night he sits with his back to his door, sitting at his desk with his noise-canceling headphones on. Around 11 o'clock he takes his headphones off at the same time his parents are returning to the house, and he hears his mom from downstairs yell, "Hey Adrian, what happened?" Confused, he runs downstairs and sees right away what she's looking at, muddy footprints all over the rug. He tells her, "I didn't leave my desk." And then they realize someone must have broken in. They look at the footprints and there's none leaving the house. They're worried someone's still in the house, so they run into the garage, terrified, call the police. Police arrive and they don't find anyone in the house, but they do make a chilling discovery upstairs. The police bring them to the kid's bedroom door, which had been left open all night, and they point to the message written on it in Sharpie. This is the actual transcript of what was written on his door, which means for nearly 2 hours, someone stood in this kid's doorway watching him. This is a highly controversial topic. In 2016, a man posted on Facebook that the local police were going to kill him that weekend. That weekend, he died under very suspicious circumstances that we will get to. Immediately following his death, his YouTube page, which contained footage from his home's camera system, went viral. One of his videos shows a large group of police officers standing in front of his house for no apparent reason in the middle of the night. Others show what he claims to be plainclothes police officers casing his property. But the most talked about video is the one where the van shows up in front of his house, revealing a guy with a fairly high-tech camera who just starts filming his house. The man was found dead in his home after it had burned down, and he was found to have stab wounds on his back and his stomach. His death was determined to be self-inflicted. However, the debate rages on online. What happened to John Lang?
Yeah, something not right with that case, bruv.
These videos may seem innocent, but actually have a terrifying backstory. This video shows
These
a man playing dance-
these videos may seem. I hate when people talk like that, bruv. Oh man, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You again. Yeah, you lied to me in the last one, bruv. I ain't listening to you too.
This story's called The Haunted Birthday Party. Samuel died on the 26th of November 2003 in a terrible accident. And over 3 years has passed since his death. But this isn't about Samuel, it's about his little sister Alice,
Shut
who
up.
today is having her 6th birthday party. What's crazy for Alice
Okay,
is
let's
her brother
listen.
Samuel
Let's
died
listen,
the
let's
day
listen.
of his birthday 3 years ago. But as her first friend arrives, her stomach drops as she looks out and sees a single red balloon on the letterbox. You see, red was Samuel's favourite colour, and the house was full of red balloons.
Yeah, I can't take it anymore,
But
bruv.
when
Fuck
they found
him.
him strangled to death by the
Shut up, bruv.
Most extreme pictures taken right before death. First, we have this 18-year-old girl who wanted to get the most extreme selfie, so she climbed up a bridge which was about 30 feet high. And then she fell off, but it wasn't the fall that killed her. It was on her way down.
Yeah,
she
that doesn't look
grasped some
30 feet
electrical
high.
wires
That
and
looks
they
more than 30
electrocuted
feet,
her.
bruv.
This picture was actually taken by a guy who was just testing out the new camera that he got, and it shows this 14-year-old boy literally flying out of a plane. It turns out he was hidden in the plane wheels, and during takeoff he somehow fell out and it was caught on camera.
Oh,
This looks like your
R.I.P.,
typical
bro.
best friend picture before a night out, right? Except the night would end in disaster with one of them using the belt she was wearing to strangle the other. And she then blamed it on being intoxicated and said she couldn't remember anything of the night anyways.
This is the Dark Mirror, and it's one of the most haunted items in the world. The original owner of this mirror purchased it at a psychic fair, but immediately claimed that there was something very evil about it. So she donated it to a traveling museum for the paranormal. This museum has a whole bunch of different paranormal objects, but the Dark Mirror is by far the most horrifying. The museum actually has to keep the mirror covered and tell people that if they're going to look into it, they have to do so at their own risk. Because the people who are brave enough almost always regret it. The people who have looked into the mirror claim to feel an immediate sense of doom and depression. But for others, it was far more horrifying. Some claim to see their own facial expressions warp and twist, and others would look into it and see their own dead body. The people who hold the mirror claim to feel a strange sense of electricity. And every night, the museum workers cover up the mirror. Every morning, they find it mysteriously uncovered.
Bruv, I lost brain cells. I'm sorry if you lost brain cells with me too, man. But hey, what can we do? We're in this together. If you're not subscribed, then I guess we're not in this together.